Okay, be honest. Have you ever scrolled through social media and seen one of those perfect day in my life videos? You know the ones. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m., the person is instantly awake and smiling, they journal by candlelight, drink some green sludge that costs more than my lunch, and then hit the gym. All before the sun is even up. And for a second, you think, that's it. That's the life I need. So you try it. You set your alarm for 5 a.m., it goes off, you hit snooze 3 times, wake up feeling like a zombie, and by 5:15 a.m., you fail. Your immediate thought? Well, the day is ruined. Might as well order a giant pastry for breakfast and try again tomorrow. If that sounds even remotely familiar, then we need to talk. Because that all or nothing mindset, that desperate chase for perfection, it's probably the sneakiest and most effective form of self-sabotage there is. It's not helping you. It's the very thing holding you back. 1. You're a hostage to your own made-up rules. Here's the first truth bomb. All those rigid standards you set for yourself, they're completely imaginary. They're just arbitrary rules you invented. The universe does not care if you eat 1,500 calories or 1,550. Your body won't implode if you wake up at 6:05 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. sharp. But our brains create these little dictatorships where any tiny deviation from the perfect plan means the entire mission has failed. It's a mental trap. Think about it in any other context. If you were driving to a friend's house and missed a turn, would you just abandon the car on the side of the road and walk home? Of course not. You'd reroute. So why, when we miss one workout, do we decide the whole week is a write-off? Honestly, I think it's a defense mechanism. It's an easy excuse. If you demand perfection and then inevitably fail, you get to tell yourself, see, it was too hard. I couldn't do it. It lets you off the hook. The real courage isn't being perfect. It's messing up and having the grace to say, okay, that happened, let's get back on track. 2. The secret to progress is actually imperfection. Now, here's where it gets really counterintuitive. To actually achieve what you want, you need imperfection. Progress is literally built on a foundation of not being perfect. Look at anyone who's serious about their health. Nutritionists will tell you that planned cheat meals are often what keep people on a diet long term. They prevent burnout. Professional athletes, people whose entire job is peak physical performance, build rest days and recovery into their schedules. They know that growth doesn't happen when you're pushing, it happens when you're healing. Your body isn't a machine you can just command. Sometimes you're going to need more sleep, not because you're lazy, but because you're stressed, or you're fighting something off, or life is just demanding more from you. Forcing yourself to stick to a rigid, arbitrary wake-up time when your body is screaming for rest isn't discipline, it's self-harm. You're actively making yourself less effective. 3. Your brain has 2 roommates and they need to talk. I love this idea of having a thinking brain and a feeling brain. Think of them as 2 roommates living in your skull. The thinking brain is the one with the planner, the spreadsheets, and the color-coded to-do lists. It's logical and wants to follow the rules. The feeling brain is the impulsive one that wants pizza at midnight, hits the snooze button, and just wants to feel good right now. For centuries, we've been told that the thinking brain needs to be the strict boss. That locks the feeling brain in the closet. We believe willpower is about crushing our impulses. But it never works, does it? The feeling brain eventually just breaks down the door and eats all the pizza. The real goal isn't to dominate your feelings. It's to negotiate with them. It's about building a partnership. Perfectionism is when your thinking brain refuses to listen to what your feeling brain is trying to tell you. A, we're exhausted. Or, hey, we're genuinely burnt out. True success is when both roommates can agree on a plan that works for the whole system. 4. Find your boring, unsexy middle ground. So, what's the solution? It's the most unsexy, un-Instagrammable advice ever. Find your golden mean, your personal sweet spot. That influencer's 5:30 a.m. routine might be their sweet spot, but for you, it might be a recipe for misery. Your golden mean might be 6:45 a.m. It might be working out 3 times a week instead of 6. It's not about what looks impressive, it's about what is sustainable for you. Your job isn't to perfectly copy someone else's life. It's to be a scientist in the lab of you. Experiment. Treat your goals like a dial, not an on divided by off switch. If a goal is causing you constant stress, turn the dial down a bit. See how that feels? The process is one of constant adjustment. So forget perfection. The real goal is resilience. The real win isn't never falling off the wagon. It's getting good at climbing back on, again and again, without beating yourself up about it.